Hi, welcome to my channel, everyone. My name is Amanda Dittlinger. I have a few neurodivergencies that I'd like to tell you about. The first one is called aphantasia, and it's the inability to form images in your mind's eye. I have something called SDAM, which stands for severely deficient autobiographical memory, which means I can't put myself back into my memories, no first person memories. And I am on the journey or path or whatever to find out if I have autism. So, one of the things that I want to talk to you about in this video is imposter syndrome and unmasking a little bit. So, a lot of people, at least in the US, end up self-diagnosing with autism, and especially adults, because there isn't as much opportunities for adults to get diagnoses. A lot of the psychologists will only see children. I actually got lucky. I have an appointment on Monday, so right now I am self-diagnosed with autism. But my brain will not, again, that's the imposter syndrome, would not be happy unless I get it proven or verified by a professional. And I'm very lucky that there is a psychologist in my area that also has openings, because that's the other issue, is that there's a lot, like, even if you can find one, a lot of times there's a wait list that is 6 months to a year long. And another thing that is keeping a lot of people from getting a professional diagnosis, I can't say that word tonight, diagnosis, is the fact that it can be very expensive. And I'm lucky that my insurance is going to cover at least some of my testing. And for me, it's just very important to get this done. Basically, I diagnosed my kids, and while I was doing the research to figure out if they were autistic, that's when I saw so many traits in myself. So at this point, I'm actually going to be quite surprised if I don't get an autistic diagnosis, which leads me to one of my other points, which is called unmasking. So I, again, have been doing a lot of research. One of the traits of autism that's very common is that when an autistic person gets interested in something, they dive all the way in. And that has been how I've been my entire life. Some autistic people have one trait that they just focus, and that's like their passion of their life. I have been more the kind of person that goes from passion to passion, but when it's my new passion, that's like, it's all consuming for me. And right now, because of this topic, I've just been consuming all the autistic information that I can find. So autistic people become experts really quick. But so one of the things that I came across was where people will have, when they find out they're autistic, friends and loved ones will accuse them and say, "You've become more autistic since your diagnosis." And the thing is, if you're autistic, you've always been autistic. You don't become more autistic. But what happens is you learn to drop the mask. And what masking is when autistic people try to pretend to be normal. So we do this consciously and subconsciously. And as a 42-year-old woman, as I'm learning that I'm autistic, most likely, again, I can't quite just 100% grab onto that until I get that verification, which is why I need it, because it drives me crazy. Because, again, another autistic trait is I like to be very, very specific and literal. So, anyway, what was I saying? Dang it, I'm gonna have to pause it and come back. Okay, I forget what I was saying. The problem with masking is that it's not being your authentic self, and it takes a lot of brain power to do, and so it causes a lot more stress, anxiety, and can eventually lead to autistic burnout. But once people learn that they are autistic and can just like relax into that knowledge and be like, hey, my brain needs this information so that I don't have anxiety and stress, then they start to drop the masks that they've been holding onto their whole life. And so sometimes people and loved ones around them are like, why are you acting different? And it's because we've always been us, but now we're feeling more like our own selves. Here's a really good example that's very fascinating to me. I love learning about how brains work. I've been on YouTube now for almost 2 years, and I have another channel, Dot. And if you watch my videos on those, a lot of them, I'm more masked. I'm on a show. I'm on a cooking show, and I'm being professional, and I'm trying to be me, but I'm also, I can tell the difference. And here, I'm just trying to relax and just try to be myself and not try to pretend to be normal and professional. And I didn't know I was doing this, guys. The whole time I was on that channel, I thought I was trying to be myself. But again, I can see the difference watching the videos that I'm posting on this channel and my videos on Dot. And they're both me. They're both me. I'm being authentic. It's just, I didn't know I was masking. And I need to get some more fidgets because I always loved fidgets, but I've always tried to not fidget because that's, again, masking, because fidgeting is weird. So here I am playing with one of my tripods because it makes a good fidget toy. And so that's, again, oh, you're being more autistic. But having a fidget toy for a lot of autistic people helps our brains work. When my fingers are busy, my brain can work faster. It can work better. I'm having a harder time with this video tonight because it's the very end of a very long day. I've had to do a lot of things that are very anxiety for me. That was another thing I've learned about, and I'll probably save this for a whole nother video, but it's called high functioning anxiety. So one of the tools that I learned growing up was how to push through my anxiety, and I can do it, but it is very, very mentally and physically draining. And so today I had to make a lot of phone calls because hello, adulting, but phone calls are one of my anxiety triggers, and they have been my entire life. I used to say I had a phone phobia because that was the best word I had for it. I've gotten better at them by using tools, but today I had to make a lot of important phone calls, and I'm very tired today. I'm like, it's getting to be the end, but I wanted to put this video up because, for one thing, I've really enjoyed making this content. I've been connecting with people on my Instagram channel. I am mind blind, and I just can't wait to meet and connect with more autistic people or people who are wanting to learn more about aphantasia, STAM, or late diagnosed autistic women. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here because this is getting longer than I meant. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button so I can grow this new channel because I'm just absolutely loving it. And I hope you are too. Until the next time, bye.